We're here at Boot Daddy's, and with us today, Trey Gilmore from Lucchese Boots, a seasoned veteran now on the show, Trey. Welcome back, Trey.
Thanks,
man.
Paul.
We've got some really cool stuff coming in with Lucchese. You know, the whole Boot Daddy deal. You know, expanding more and more and more, having more opportunities. You know, the biggest thing, you know, and having a partner like Lucchese. Well, first of all and foremost is that we get American-made product, right?
That's right. That's right.
Good old USA, handcrafted with the 1883 in El Paso,
Absolutely.
Texas. But you know, you guys really prepare. When I fly to El Paso and I come down, you always are expecting that I want some of the wildest and coolest and newest leathers out in the market today. And when I come, we get to sit down with your design team and really finish out these projects. You get to participate with me.
Absolutely.
Or I get to participate with you.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. We're always looking for a new spot to test something out.
Definitely.
You're always looking for that new and innovative
product. Are you
product.
saying I'm a guinea pig? Well, I don't mind being a guinea pig as long as we think that it's really cool. You know, and our customers out there, you know, that's what they expect from the Boot Daddy collections.
Sure,
you know.
Sure.
So what we've got with us today on the table is some new lizard finishes.
Great new styles.
Absolutely gorgeous. I know this is the first time you've actually seen the finished product.
They are.
We just got them in, and man, they are cool. Everybody on the floor, customers walk by, they just want to pick it up and touch it.
Right.
You know, it looks different. You know,
it's eye-catching for sure.
It definitely is. And what we've done, we've changed up a few things, and we'll just kind of. Well, tell me about the stonewashing process. How does that work?
Well, it's actually a unique process. It's actually the same process that we use in denim, only we've applied a different chemical that adheres to the leather rather than denim.
Yeah.
And it's actually tumbled in the abrasive stones.
Really?
Absolutely.
So it gives it that beat up, worn, distressed look.
Absolutely.
And now some of these leathers that we chose in this, especially in this lizard, these were definitely unique. Some of the tanneries that you're dealing with and buying the leathers are coming out with some really cool finishes, and then you just pretty much put a finishing touch to them to change them and make them unique to Lucchese.
Absolutely.
So what we got here first is this color we were saying was bark. So basically it has a lot of if you strip the bark off a tree, you get the browns, the blacks, the grays, those natural tones. So what we did is we put this on a 7-toe, which is basically a narrow square toe. Now we tried something different with these two. Instead of using the traditional white stitch around the sole, we put one that would blend with the leather a little bit more. It's a charcoal stitch.
Ties it all back into the nice earth tones you have there with the distressed sole edging and all the blacks and browns that you tied in with the boot. Just a great style. It
is, and if you get a close-up of this, guys, you can actually see we put a vamp design, a stitch pattern, kind of uncharacteristic to lizard, because lizard usually you leave it alone on the foot, but we actually put one that's really subtle. You really can't see it unless you really look at it, but it puts a little more detail back to it.
It adds a nice touch to it. It really does.
And then choosing this leather on the top, you know, Fred Gibbons, this was his idea to put this aviator leather back to the top of this. I mean, what a combination, right?
Fred is an unbelievable asset to our team.
Yes, he is.
He puts together some really great things.
I know when we get to sit down and we start throwing all these things at the wall, he's kind of the one that keeps it in check a little bit, because I can get a little bit crazy. But he says, you know, let's try this one, you know, and actually this one actually turned out absolutely beautiful.
Sure did.
The second one, you know, I'm going to move this one over here out of the way, Trey. The second one is actually a black, but we were calling this looks more like granite.
Granite.
You know, you don't see too many distressed finishes in black as it is, because black's so hard to destroy. It's black.
Right.
So how do you? Well, stonewashing this actually gave some more load that pulls out the gray underneath the leather.
Exactly.
And actually this one right now is #1 on the charts right now.
Is that,
yes, in Boot Daddy's, that's the #1 in Boot Daddy's right now.
Unbelievable.
I've only been here a couple of weeks, and it is absolutely tremendous. Once again, we chose a contrasting stitch on the sole.
Right.
Kind of ties back. Get away from that white.
Right.
You know, it's just it just finishes out neater, doesn't it?
It does, and I'd like to add that this is one of our leathers that we actually our tanneries, it's struck all the way through, so you get more natural coloring all the way through the leather that you don't see typically in black leathers. It has a tendency to turn real white underneath.
Yes.
And this, you see more of those grades that go all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Used a different leather for the top on this one. It's a very, very soft leather. Classic looking stitch pattern to the top.
Saltillo stitch pattern.
Saltillo, I like that.
That's
I like that. And then last but not least, I'm going to switch this out. I'm going to put this one. This is a ladies' boot. And, you know, kind of, you saw this look back in the 80s and the 90s called a triad.
Right.
Where we use the leather on the foot and the heel as well. What a classic look for ladies. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. We call this one what, jungle?
Jungle lizard.
You gotta like that. The names, I don't know who comes up with the names, but
we'll give Fred credit for that.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely beautiful. The women, that when they walk by this in the store, they just want to touch it. They want to feel this boot. Once again, put the vamp stitch back on it. Used a destruction on the outer edge of the sole, as well as the stitch on the here. Just all blends back together.
Super classy.
I'm sure, hopefully you can pick up that this is actually a green.
It is.
It's actually got green tones amongst with a clay colored finish in the foot. Absolutely beautiful combination. Absolutely. And I think we want to do more of this triad because the ladies are digging this big time. See, a little bit more of that retro and vintage comeback.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't ask for anything more. 3 great boots from Lucchese, BootDaddy Collections, American made, right here on Shopping Western Style.
BootDaddy has come together with Lucchese to bring you these one-of-a-kind Stonewashed Lizard Cowboy boots. You'll save up to $70 if you order now, and they're only available at PFIWestern.com.